Hello and welcome to another update video about LINK. LINK has seen a small upside reaction before making another lower low. We start to see some short-term strength. Obviously, we are now in a situation in which possibly for the next hour or so we have to expect some pretty meaningless short-term volatility due to the Fed and FOMC interest rate decision, as well as Powell's speech, which is even more important. So probably that all will have played out already when you watch the video. But the idea is still that the downside structure, currently at least, looks fairly incomplete. It might need that one more low to complete this entire correction that started here at this wave one top around the 10th of March. That was at around $22.80. This pullback is currently unfolding. There are two wave counts that could apply here from a short-term bearish point of view. One is just a WXY structure in which we have a B wave top in wave Y here most recently. That's pretty much in line with the Bitcoin chart, and where we also have a WXY pattern. We're now likely then in the C wave to the downside, but that could extend quite a bit. Or it is an ABC and the C wave is an ending diagonal, and we're in the very late stages of this decline. So different patterns. Don't pay too much attention to the microstructure here. It really depends on whether this is a B wave top or a wave 4, because if it is an ending diagonal to the downside, then this here would have to be somehow an ABC structure, but it's not very clear. And in the C wave in yellow, this would be a 5-wave move. So basically what I actually need to do is change that to yellow. But yeah, the micro pattern is not very clear, okay? So I would say disregard the micro really. But what you can see, if we really are in either a C wave or a 5th wave to the downside, well, we should really see a lower low below $11.96, which is the 13th of April low. Possibly then targeting, if I zoom out a little bit, the next fib level at $10.68. This would be the next main support level, not only from a Fibonacci point of view. Yeah, the 50% retracement level is quite an important fib support in a wave 2 correction. That's not the only one, right? I mean, we already have seen a reaction to the 38.2 retracement level. And if we see further downside, then 1068 will likely provide some support as well. There is also going to be structural support here, most likely in that price region. Okay, we can see that. I guess we should see it if we add the VRVP as well. Yeah, so there's a cluster of support. Okay, so at the moment we're holding Fibonacci support, but there isn't anything on the VRVP, which indicates at which price a lot of volume was traded, until we get sort of, yeah, to around about $11, which is providing some support then most likely, or going to provide some support most likely with that Fibonacci level. And then there isn't much there is pretty much insufficiency here until we get into the $7 region. So that would mean ideally we're holding this area around 1068, because below that there isn't much. You see how rapidly the price actually broke out end of last year in October. So this would be important actually for the price to hold. I mean, even if it doesn't, okay, we go down to, I don't know, 890 or maybe even the $7 range, it would be covered by still an overall bullish thesis. Okay, it would rather offer an opportunity to accumulate a little lower. I mean, technically in this wave 2, we have to allow the entire space. The price can come down more significantly. But looking at the microstructure, I would say I would prefer if we find a low around the 1068 area, so not much lower. Okay, looking then really at the micro, you can see here that we have this descending trend line. This, in my opinion, also needs to break for a more substantial low to be in place, to give us some confirmation that a low is in place. And yeah, there is nothing really clearly bullish other than a green candle right now. But as I said, we probably have to prepare for a bit of meaningless volatility now. But I think I said it in yesterday's video, or at least on Discord, communicated it earlier today, that the micro resistance area, the initial resistance area, is between $13.35 and $13.93. So this could be tested at any point. I would like to see some reactions here if we really go down more directly. Okay, if we break above resistance, the trend line will be tested. But then it leaves us with the problem that this here is a 3-wave rally. So we can't really have bottomed in an impulse, so we can't really have started an impulse yet. I would say if we really break above the trend line, then I will be looking for a more substantial B-wave corrective rally. Okay, so that is possible then as an A, B, C, and then we can still come down later. Yeah, and that would offer the opportunity for those who have accumulated in the yellow support region to take profits. Yeah, I did that, for example. Well, not take profits, but I did accumulate, and I have my grid bot run, which will eat this up. Okay, if we get this rally there. So what I will do, I will mark that on the chart with a question mark. Like, could be a possibility for a more substantial B wave, absolutely, you know, but it would need to break above resistance first and the trend line. And in terms of upside targets, then, if we really get this kind of B wave, we're looking for the 100% extension to possibly the 1.618 extension. So in this area, between $16.65 and $19.90. This would be an opportunity to realize some profits, maybe from accumulation. That's my update about Link. Hope you liked the update. If you did, please hit the like button, leave a comment and subscribe. And if you really like the content, then please check out the channel membership. Also, make sure that you follow us on Instagram and Twitter for additional content. Thanks a lot for watching. Bye-bye.